Well, hello, and welcome on in to another episode of Tiny Rogues. Hope you've all been doing wonderful so far. Let's just get right on in here. I'm really not going to change anything. I've been enjoying what we've been doing so far. Yeah, no, I've been enjoying what we've been doing so far. So, more random. Let's do it. Unless, what does the Doppel have? He's Pyro. No, it's okay. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. That took me off guard, too. I guess I hiccuped. Whoa, alright. That was a bit of a start. Oh, yep, that's hiccups. Give me 1 second. It's not muting. Mute. Mute. Don't mind me just dying. Oh, we'll see if I keep that in. Probably will, because it's just so out there. I kind of want to hear what that sound I made would sound like. It sounded freaking weird. Oh gosh, they're still here! Ah! Okay, take 3. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be hiccuping this entire time, aren't I? Oh no. You know what? Let's get started before something worse happens. You know what? Just go. Go. Guns. Let's go. Alright. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not feeling the beef start, but I may as well take it. But here we go. What do we get? Keys? Nice. Love keys. Keys great. Keys let me get in places. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about? What have I not talked about? Trying to think of like things that are like cool. I don't know cool things, man. I'm too old. I guess I could date myself, without saying my exact age. I had a Super Nintendo Entertainment System when that was still kind of like brand new-ish. Actually, you know what? I was alive when the PlayStation 1 came out. There you go. Figure it out from there. Dynamo. I'm taking that immediately. It just lets me get more damage when I reroll. Or reroll? When I reload. Because the funny thing is, if I get tactical on Gunboy here, we will get more damage upon dodging and reloading, which will be really, really good. Can't get in there. Sad. But yeah. I know, I'm like super ancient by like internet standards. There's like one little thing that I saw on the internet. I'm gonna see if I can find it and put it up here. But it was like streamers over the age of 25, or it was something like that. They were like, contact me, I want to do a study on ancient people. It was something really, really dull. I'm gonna find that. It was just so out there. It's like, I get it. Streamers are younger, like content creators in general are younger and younger and younger as the days go by, because go figure, there's no age restrictions. You can start whatever you want. And if you hit it big, well, hey, look, that's a bunch of free money super early in your life. But like, gosh dang, some of us, you know, are like adults. Just because we're not in your age bracket doesn't mean we're ancient. Dang. But yeah, it's like, when I was younger, yeah. Video gaming has always been my thing, which is like, go figure why I don't really have a personality beyond it. It's all I've ever been doing, really. But yeah, it's like PlayStation, I've played Nintendo. Man, I've played something on everything. I would say, hilariously enough, even though we had an Xbox, that was probably my least used console. And I know people are like, oh, you had like everything, you must have been like well off. It's like, yeah, my family was okay-ish. It kind of helps, but that's like the only thing you have your family spend money on you is just video games. Oh gosh, it's the Tommy gun. Ew. Oh well, it's still better than the revolver he starts with. But it's like, that was my only hobby, so... Hobby. I mean, it's a hobby. You know what? I'm defending it. Shut up. It's a hobby. Playing video games is a hobby. But when it's the only thing you do, it's kind of easy to spend money on something like that, hilariously enough. Thinking back, like, some of like, the really old, like, PlayStation games we had. Like, I didn't know the name of a lot of them because I was young, and what ended up happening was, sad story time, we got robbed at some point, and of course they took all the video games. Of course they did. No, I hate the shotgun.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Mini B! It's doing it again! Here we go! But we got robbed, so, like, I could never remember, like, oh, whoops. I couldn't remember, like, a lot of the really, really old games we had. And I say that, and I think one of the games they didn't take, for some weird reason, was Beyond the Beyond. A really, really, really old PlayStation 1, like, JRPG. It was the strangest thing. I don't know why they didn't take that one, or just didn't notice, or something, but they cracked us up. 800 souls. Why did I walk in here? 500 souls? You know what? Sure, I'll take the buckler. But, never finished it. I think my brother went on to try and beat it later, and he was just like, this is okay at best. So, that didn't exactly spark much in me to bother as well. But, what was it? Is it Tale of the Sun? This like, caveman exploration, Unga Bunga, beat up the animals to get stats, to raise your clan, and then the end goal was to kill mammoths. They look tactical, specifically. And then take their tusks to build a ladder to the sun, therefore the name, you know, Tale of the Sun. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was. And it was just an out there game. It was something. But I remember playing that a lot because it was just like an early exploration game. Like, you didn't need a lot of premise for it. It was just go out, beat up a monkey, eat its brain, you know, become smarter. Oh, go figure. It was a very interesting concept. What else? We also had like a lot of sports games because it was basically like a bargain bin. You know, someone's garage sale, we got a PlayStation 1, more or less. It was just like, hey, here's like 20 different baseball games that nobody freaking plays, because they're boring. I know we also had Spyro. Like the really, really old, like the first Spyro. We had that, and then we got Spyro 2. I think there was a Spyro 3? What was it? Was there 3 of the original? It was a trilogy, right? What the frickin' heck is going on this boss fight, by the way? Get out of here. Be gone. But, we played that. And I think it was mostly it for our PlayStation era, because I think by that point, that was when, that's when we got robbed, and the PlayStation was gone, so, sad. Although, wait, no, one of those Spyro games would play PS2, right? Wait, was 2 and 3 also were both on the PS2? I'm gonna have to look up like a bunch of things. I'm gonna have stuff popping up all over the screen to show you what I'm talking about. Because if YouTube demographics are anything to go by, I know a lot of people are like, "What are you talking about? What's Spyro?" It's the Skylanders thing, all right? Back before Skylanders was Skylanders, we called it Spyro. Gosh, children. But yeah, just things like that. I think from there, I mean, yeah, we had a SNES, barely had anything on it. We had like one of the very first Populous games on there. What the heck else was on the SNES? You know, I honestly can't remember what else we had on there. There was like a caveman game we never played. Or, did we own that? No, we rented that. We rented that, I think. What the heck did we have on SNES? Like, we had Mario Kart. And... again, more sports games, because it was a garage sale thing, so of course. Someone collected a bunch of sports games, because that's what you do, I guess. What else? What else? I don't really remember owning a lot on the SNES, I would put it that way. I remember playing, like, 3 things. Oh, we had Mario Paint. And again, everyone had Mario Paint, so... nothing unique, really, about that, but we had that. Yeah, no, I think from there, we did have also Nintendo 64, but also didn't really have a lot on there either. We had, like, Super Smash Brothers, Ocarina of Time. Eventually, I think we got Majora's Mask, hilariously enough, from our youth group, because some dingus thought it was a really, really good idea to donate. So the N64 is fine, whatever. Donate to the youth group. Why in the world did you donate Majora's Mask? I mean, we know why. It was most likely some parent either punishing their kid or, you know, someone moved out or whatever. But they were just like, here, just take everything. They didn't know what they were handing over. And so we asked the youth leaders, just like, hey, could we, like, take this? Because nobody can really play this, because back then you needed an expansion pass, or expansion little pack thing to put into your N64 to even run that game. And the guy was like, yeah, sure. I mean, it's useless here. So we got Majora's Mask and played that for a little while. I was terrible at it. It's a cool concept, I'll put it that way. I like the idea of Majora's Mask, but man, like a child who's like young. I don't remember how young I was, but like there comes a point where you're just too young to figure that stuff out. It's like, I hate this. This is obnoxious. What do you mean I have to remember all this information about like 20 different NPCs all at once without an information guide? That's like, no thanks. You know, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to playing, again, I don't think I really played a lot of the N64, but I played the N64 a lot because it was what we did as children. But I don't remember playing a lot of things. Also, can I like actually hit the enemy? There we go. And it's like, yeah, I was one of those people that had, you know, obviously Ocarina of Time, everybody did. And I remember even as a kid, like, I know that there's always been, like, discourse of, like, is it actually a good game? It's like, it was okay for the time. Like, it was pretty astounding for what, you know, we had at that time. Would I say it's a good game now? No. Not really. It's not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, I wouldn't call it a masterpiece anymore. But hey, that's what happens. You know, you get older, you know, things work differently, and you have fun with different stuff. I would definitely not want to play Ocarina of Time now. It's clunky and annoying. And a lot of enemies are just obnoxious. So there's that. And again, that's not me saying the game's bad, I just don't think it's great. This is the other part of it. Because a lot of people do seem to get hung up on this. Like, oh, so you don't like it, so you must hate it. It's like, no. Idiot. I'm allowed to exist in a space where I say it's like a 6 out of 10. Hey, look! I'm getting like the exact same run as last time. Let's do it. Sorry, if you came here looking for, you know, something different and unique every single time, I am sorry to disappoint. You only have yourself to blame. I mean, I will most likely swap to a different gun, honestly. Oh look, it's the power of God in anime. No thanks. Full auto is tempting. I'm never gonna use the sniper rifle. I don't really like the sniper rifle. It's too slow. Even with the dodge rolls, it's like, yeah, I'm good. No, maybe I'll use, you know, I'm gonna use the laser pistol. Laser pistol's good. But I think from there it was, you know, we started getting into, ooh, give and take. We started getting into, like, the, thinking here. The, whatchamacallit? Game Boy. There we go, Game Boy. Because I think that is where we spent most of our time, was eating up a whole bunch of batteries playing Game Boys and stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun. Pokemans when that came out. Golden Sun on the Advance. Phenomenal. I'm still livid about the third one. It doesn't exist, to be honest. It doesn't exist outside the walls of Bossing Say. Are you kidding me? Game's a trash pile. Yeah, you know, I'm not even gonna tip myself. Get out of here, maybe. You don't exist. But yeah, no, Golden Sun 1 and 2, great. Excellent. Love it. I can always recommend Golden Sun 1 and 2. Golden Sun 3? No. It's a travesty of a game. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, Pokemon, I mean, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem 7, gosh. I mean, so in America it was just Fire Emblem, because go figure. But, yeah, no, Fire Emblem 7 was great. That was a lot of fun. You know, Fire Emblem 8 comes out. I get that as well. Love it. Really, really odd one. I think I just got cursed. Tactics Ogre, the Knight of Lotus. It's gonna be like one game that would like only like 5 people have ever heard of and go, yeah! But that was great. I love that game. That was amazing. My first experience with that, hilariously enough, was a ROM way, way back. You know, before ROMs were a little more popular. Got that set up from a family member who was like, hey, here, have a whole bunch of ROMs where like half of them don't even work and the 30% of the rest of them are trash games, and like, you had like few shining, the few shining examples of there. Hilariously enough, I think back, and I'm getting on a tangent again because I was about to talk about something else, I guess, but like one of those, I kid you not, was a ROM hack, like a straight up actual ROM hack of like stolen Pokemon, Digimon, and like other stuff assets thrown into a game. And it was the weirdest experience. Like, I can't explain anything about it because to me at this point, it was like a fever dream as a child, right? But it existed. It was strange. And hilariously enough, it was oddly enjoyable until, you know, go figure it was a ROM hack made by some idiot, so it was like poorly made. But you'd run into points where you just couldn't win the game because, go figure. But that was something else. You'd like, if I remember correctly, you called the Pokemon up on like your cell phone, and then they showed up to fight for you. Like it was weird. But I remember because I think it was actually labeled as like a Pokemon game. It was Pokemon something. I don't know what anymore. You know what? Dexterity is tempting, but armor is forever. And that was crazy. But yeah, going back to so though, Tactics Ogre, Knight of Lotus. That was probably like my first actual experience with a turn-based, you know, party system. You know, grid-based combat, essentially. I was like, dude, this is my thing. I love this. And then, you know, later on, we get an actual GBA, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, I get Fire Emblem. It's like, oh, this is good. I like this too. But it's not until a while later. Ooh. No, that's increased damage per stamina, which is already 20%, which is way better than 25% attack speed. But I find it, and I'm like, oh, yes. I'm happy. Loved that game. It was great. I don't really need a body armor, but I re-rolled, so we're going for it. But I'm trying to think what else we had on it. Because we had a lot of games from the GBA. Like, we had a lot of games. Because that was about the time where we really were getting into playing games. Because before that, when you're like really young, it's just like, oh yeah, no, I turn on the PlayStation, then get distracted by Dragon Ball Z and etc. etc. So there's that. But it's not like the same experience of like, no, I genuinely played this game for like 20 hours. Okay, easy to go. But aside from that, there was also, I'm really trying to think. Like again, Pokemon. I'm gonna keep coming back to Pokemon because I played the original. Even got Yellow past that. My parents put up with that. Go figure. Got Gold and Silver. Well, not both. My brother got one. I got the other one. I got Lugia, so I got Silver. Yeah. And then I was like, man, I don't want to play Pokemon anymore. I'm not gonna get like the next one, which is the Ruby and Sapphire. And of course, my brother's playing it, and I have the story. And he's probably not nearly as convinced about it, but like, so he was playing it, and I was like, oh, yeah, you know, that's kind of cool. Is there like, you know, is there like a second save slot? He's like, I think so, but I don't know. Because the way it was programmed back then, it was like, you know, there was your save slot, and then there was create new adventure, right? the way that that menu was set up. And to our little brains, it was like, oh, that must be like a second save slot, right? It must be. But my brother was like, don't do it because you might, save over my file. I'm like, it's not going to happen. Why else would they put it there? Lo and behold, I deleted his save file. I was so distraught. Like, straight up. I was so mad at myself, and I was so unhappy. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And my brother's younger than me, and he was mad, but, like, didn't care that much. He was going to play the game again. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I made a mistake. I'm fixing it. And so, I started again, and I told him, I was like, alright, you're going to tell me what you want. I'm going to go get it. So, I played more of the game. To my brain, I'm like, oh man, I'm making it up to my brother. He's gonna love me for this. And he's just like, whatever. I just wanted to play the game. Oh, the children, man. I thought I was the worst brother to the best brother. And in reality, I should have just been like, yo, I'm sorry, just start over. You would have had more fun that way anyways, rather than me trying to do it for you. But, I mean, I was the one that, wanted to do it, and I more or less made myself do it. He was probably convinced for years that I just wanted to keep playing the game, but who knows. What else? What other really silly stories? Again, no surprise, a lot of them are going to be video game related, so you're just going to have to deal with this. But, we actually did have a PlayStation Portable. So, like, by that point, we were, saving our own money, doing extra chores and stuff like that, recycling cans and all sorts of stuff. Our dad taught us that kind of stuff. He's just like, you know what, you want to make some money? I'll show you how. Save up all the soda cans we're trinket, I was about to say eating. And you can make money that way. And we're like, yo, nice. I very quickly learned that I was not willing to put in the effort, so I very quickly just said, like, yeah, don't worry about me. I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm too old. Not too old. I'm too lazy, to be honest. Like, completely honest. Didn't keep me from complaining every once in a while about having no money, but that was my own fault because I wasn't willing to put in the effort. But yeah, my brother got a PSP and configured the PlayStation Portable had jack all for its content, so we had a couple games on there. Was it Dungeon Keeper? No, it wasn't Dungeon Keeper. That's something else. There was a Dungeon Maker. Was it just called Dungeon Maker? I'm thinking through my head now. I'm trying to figure it out because there were two of them, and the first one was decent. The second one was. So I want to say bad, but it wasn't, like, terrible. But it just wasn't the same experience. And again, without remembering exactly what I'm trying to remember, I can't give exact details on it. But essentially the idea was you were more or less, like, designing the dungeon to trick monsters to go into it, and then you hunt them down to, like, save the world from monsters. As weird of a concept that was. But it was cool. Like, you had to keep in mind, like, what certain monsters liked, what kind of rooms they wanted, how far away from, like, the start zone they wanted to be, etc., etc. It was nice. It was a cool little game. And then from there, you get 2, and 2 had a lot more, like, restrictions and requirements on you to, like, do what you already wanted to do and were capable of doing. But it's just like, no, you're gonna do things very specifically, and it's just like, oh, okay. Alright. You took the mystique out of it. Now it's just like, we're going to tell you exactly how to do everything. We're going to take away most of your features to do the fun stuff. It's like, oh, no. What else would we have on the PSP? I didn't honestly get a lot on the PSP. Then again, I didn't have money. But my brother got a couple things. I was never really convinced by things he was playing, because this was roughly around the time where I stopped being, like, really, really interested in JRPGs. Because to me, it was just like, gosh, the grinding is annoying. I'm basically at that point now, too, where I'm just like, I don't really want to grind a lot in video games. Lightning Reach is better. But I get turned off a lot by JRPGs, because it's just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to spend like 3 hours grinding levels up just to be, decent. It's like, in reality, no, when you know what you're doing, but it's just, I don't have the drive for it anymore. It's easier as a child to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go sit in a corner and, you know, level up Pokemon for 50 hours. Now I'm like, you know what, I just wanna... I want the game I'm playing already just to be fun without me having to put in, like... No, it's not the best way to put it, because you should put in effort yourself, but it's like... I don't want to do the same repetitive motion constantly, is the best way to put it. Because this is the same every time I play it, more or less. I'm changing variables depending on what I'm facing, what weapons I'm using, what perks I'm taking, which is why I'm kind of excited whenever he does the big next update and adds even more content, because, man, I really want some extra content in this game. But, that's what I get bored of in JRPGs, because it's just like, well, time to do the same thing for the next 10 hours. Whoa. I'm trying to think, like, what was the last really, really big JRPG I played? Because there was Persona 4. And I love that. In fact, I like it way, way more than Persona 3, and I've never played Persona 5, so don't ask me. But, I feel like there was something else after that, because that was, what, PS2? I definitely played some JRPGs on the PS3, I swear I did. At least I think I did. I'm pretty sure people are going like, but what about Final Fantasy? Hey. Most of them just didn't scratch my itch, to be honest. Like, I played them. Some of them, at least. And I'm getting hit a lot in this fight. I don't have my dodges, that's the problem. I need to, like, chill for a second, let my dodges come back. I don't have Relentless. I really need Relentless for this build. But, no, I'm thinking, like, yeah, even on Final Fantasy games, I played, like, what? I played... Oh, gosh. It doesn't help that he's got Plague and Thorn, so he's, like, shutting down a whole massive part of the map every time he does anything. Yep, there's my revive. Yeah, I'm having a hard time here. I was really hoping that this would be worth it. Vortex Glaive is not. I may genuinely need to swap to the Gatling gun, but we'll see. But it's like, I played the remake of 3 on the 3DS. Didn't really like that, to be honest. I played... I guess it was like the quote-unquote remake of 1 that was on... What's that even on? I don't remember, but it was basically mostly the base game with like slightly more content. It was like the anthology one that came with 2 and 4. No, 4 was its own thing. But it was Final Fantasy 1 and 2. You could play that. I think, yeah, it was the GBA. It was. I remember now. It was the Game Boy Advance. I played that. That was okay. Again, not overly impressed. It was fun. 2 was alright as well, to be honest. I'll take Precision. I know I'm looking for Relentless, but I need to just take Precision before I roll into something really bad. So, if you were hoping to find a JRPG fan here, you're sorely mistaken, to be honest. I'm not honestly that big of a fan of them. And it's not me to say that they're bad, they're just not for me, to be honest. Got a lot of money. Like a lot of money. Yeah, that's probably all I have to really say on that, because otherwise I'm just going to keep talking around and going in circles about it, and you know how I do that. Probably from there, like, the next big thing was Fallout 3 for us. And this was before I realized that Fallout 3 was kind of a trash game. Again, also contentious. Not really. It's not trash. It's just also not great. It was the first of an attempt to bring it into, you know, 3D space, obviously, and they were working from a lot of really weird ideas, right? Like they didn't have everything quite there. I'd still say it's serviceable, but honestly, if you're gonna play one of the older 3D Fallouts, you just play New Vegas. This is when everyone comes out of the woodwork. Oh, New Vegas. He's like, yeah, New Vegas was good. Did it have bugs? Of course it did. Big whoop. All the good games back then had bugs. You kidding me? Again, yeah, like, I'm gonna make this point. Point me to a game that was like phenomenal that didn't have bugs back in the day. The olden days. Like, bugs were a feature. They genuinely were. That's the funny part. You didn't have like people weren't as hyper particular about like game must be perfect as they are now. Like, you guys have it easy. Well, not easy, but like you guys are picky now. Like, man, you can't have like one like graphical error without you all throwing a fit. Their hair flickered for half a second. What do they even do? They even test this game. Shut up. I was lucky if Diablo 2 even worked to begin with. I just walked into that for the heck of it. I don't know. I'm definitely just in a very different mind space. I'm not paying attention to the game. What did we get? Compound? I don't like this. Yeah, I like this. It's like, wait, is it a triple shot bow? It is a triple shot bow. That's weird. But yeah, there's definitely a very different air about how content has to be these days. And let me put it also this way. It's not a bad thing. It really isn't. Like, being more particular about, you know, the product you're spending money on to be, you know, actually up to snuff. I mean, it's a good idea, but like, I feel like we get a little too hyper-focused about certain things over others. Like, big whoop, there's like a minor graphical glitch. Whoa, oh no. Hey, look, triple machine gun again. I mean, I'm gonna do it. The meme's funny. Come on. Ah, yeah, we're doing this. Heck. Might not be very long-lived. Yeah, I was about to say, I might just die right here. Ooh, buddy. And he said, not today. Yeah, why do your shops just suck? Explain. But I don't know. I feel people get like really bent out of shape over like really minor things. And granted, that's not the actual majority audience. That's very specific people that we all should be ignoring anyways. But it's like, I already made this argument. It's just like, oh, Game Pass. It's like, okay, and? What about it? Bonus damage from mana. That's okay. And a Rift Wand. I mean, I get what I get for going into here. Ambrosia, sure. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to probably focus on this fight if I don't want to just brick it. To be honest, my damage is not really quite where I want it to be. Yeah. Yep. Moving out of there. Run away. Capital Prism. Ooh, okay. See the difference when I actually pay attention? Again, I'm gonna insist, like, I'm halfway decent in this game, but when I'm one to actually talk more and just be silly. I've got to take vitality at this point. Like, I'm so bad off. But it's like, I want to talk more and just be silly and not hyper-focus and only talk about the game. Like, you could go play the game yourself if you really just want to have, like an experience with the game. I need to be me, is the thing. And that requires me to talk about dumb stuff all the time. Much to everyone's chagrin. No, my mind's actually pulling a blank because I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to genuinely focus on the death fight. Am I gonna be able to do it? Am I gonna have all the features I need? Features, he says. Like, I'm feeling a little inadequate here. It's gonna be a bit touch and go. Boom. But yeah, I'm thinking here, and it's just like, I don't know. The world's definitely just a very different place. Like, go figure, that should be how things are. The world should change. It shouldn't stay static. Got 205 gold. Jeez Louise. Alright, give me this. Give me this. Thank you. The machine gun's level 2. I explained some things. Do I have a stat or perk I want to reroll? Not really. Yeah, not really. Yeah. We're gonna go repair our armor. Get this level 3. And then we're just gonna avoid... No, well... Oh, there's a chance the Ranger Stash might have something in it, right? Oh! You gotta do me dirty like that. Fire Fang is really good. It is, but it doesn't synergize with our build. I'm tempted. How much is this doing, by the way? It's not doing nearly as good because I don't have quite the kit for it. Also, it's a little sporadic in the shots. Yeah, we'll stick with triple. I was gonna say, I could probably reroll a couple of my perks really fast and try and get something out of it. What's my crit chance? 27%? I mean, I could probably just reroll precision, but that is helping, honestly, because that is giving me more chances to do double damage, so never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna roll in. Hope for the best. I'm a little skeptical on this one. Oh, okay, there's my armor. We've got our half damage hit to come in first. He's got possessed weapons and arcane. Alright. Walked into that, that's my fault. Lingering hitbox. Ah, crap. Alright, before he does anything else, drink. Okay.
Oh no!
What hit me? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Doctors just don't have enough time. I might brick it. Maybe, yeah. Oh, wait. That was a Deptify. I got one more Deptify in me. But yeah, I think we're bricking it. Oh no, this phase gives me just a bit of hope. Yeah, I was gonna say. That phase is the easiest phase. Oh, goodness. Victory drink. Okay. Scary. Yeah, though, my damage is pitiful. 772 per shot. Ooh, buddy. That was not good. That was probably one of my trashiest runs possible yet. But hey, it had the best dialogue, let's be honest. Me talking about my oldness. In any case, hey, y'all take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and, you know, like, favorite, subscribe, you know, all that nonsense. Watch the other videos over here, they're great, I'm sure. If you like this, you'll like these, by the way. But, yeah. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. So long!